All right, so this is pen tool practice, so you can get a little bit better using the pen tool. And you will see that there are several files here, but the first one we're dealing with is the drawing practice as a class JPEG. So you will download that one, and then you'll bring up Illustrator, and this is what it's going to look like in the end. But for right now, I'm going to go File, New. I could go ahead and call this like Pen Tool Practice or Puppy or something like that. Yeah, Pen Tool Practice. And letter size is fine. Oh, that's good. Then you would come up and you would go File, Place, and I would go to my downloads and I would find my drawing practice as a class file. And then you place it. So we're going to use the pen tool and shape tools to create this dog. So first I'm going to come here to the rectangle tool. I'm going to click and hold and choose the ellipse tool, which is the circle. Now I'll start with the head of the dog, and we're just going to do all of it right here on this uncolored dog. So if I click and hold and I'm dragging, with the mouse still held down, I can hold the space bar and it allows me to move the shape around, and then I let go with the space bar, and then I can continue to size it. Space bar again if I need to, size it some more. Okay? Then you let go. Now, depending, yours might not have any color, it might, it just depends. So I'm going to click on this and I'm going to set it so it has no fill. You don't want to fill it in until we're done with it because it covers up the details we need to see. And then I'm going to set the color to something really bright, like a red or a pink. And then I'm going to increase the stroke to around 3. This way it's really easy to see the lines, which is what I want. Okay, so next I'll go ahead and click and drag and use the space bar to reposition and kind of get this to the size of the muzzle or the snout. And if you find that it's not, like it's having a hard time matching it up where I want it, sometimes you just need to zoom in a little more and it'll give you more control. There's no reason to be zoomed out because this is all we're working on. So next I'm going to do the ears. So I'm going to go ahead and click, and they're not angled yet, so you just kind of get them as best you can. Seems about good. Now because I want to make sure that the ears are the exact same size, I'm going to use Control C to copy, Control V to paste. I'll use my move tool. So, oh, silly me. I'm going to Control Z that. First thing I want to do is use the selection tool to rotate this ear. So rotate it how I want it to be. Okay. Now that it's rotated, I'm going to Control C, Control V so that it's copied at the angle. Oh, it moved. Let's see. Control Z, O is a good thing. All right, try that one more time. Control C, Control V. There we go. All right, now I could rotate this on my own, which would be okay. It's not like that's a bad thing. But if I want to make sure it's exactly the same angle as this one, I would come up to Object, Transform, Reflect. Then it brings up this, and I like to check preview so I can see what it's doing. So if I do it horizontally, you'll see that it just flipped it. Okay, perfect. So now I can move this, and there we go. Okay, now a few more things with the ellipse tool. The bottom feet. So if you hold down Shift, it makes it so it's a perfect circle, which for the back feet are fine. And because I want these to be exactly the same, I'll just Control C, Control V, use my black selection tool to move this down to the bottom. Okay, so we are done with the circles. Now we need to use the pen tool. So first thing I'll do is the body. So I'm going to come kind of up here where it's not going to be seen first and just click once and come down to right around here, click once again. This time I'm going to come here and I'm going to click and I'm going to drag to give the body just a little bit of a curve at the bottom. And then I'll just come up to here, click once, and connect the two. And that's all I do for the body, because all of this, the sides and everything, is going to be covered by the head and the front legs. So really the only thing that'll be visible with the body is this bottom part, and of course the inside. Now with the pen tool, the slightly trickier part, the front leg. So you want to come up to the top, and you just want to make sure that you aren't actually on the line. So you'll see that that line highlights if I'm on it, and that's not what I want. I just want to be right below it. I'm going to click once, and then I'm going to come down to where kind of the leg becomes the foot, where it has just that slight V, and I'm going to click and hold. And I'm going to pull down and towards the right, keep going down a little more until I've got the curve that I want. So there you go, and let go. Now this is too curved for what I need, so I need to go to that anchor I just made and click on it once so it goes back to being straight. And then I'll go to the bottom center of this foot and click and hold and drag. And let go. Now this next one is actually curved pretty much perfectly. So I just go pull it in until it's about where I like it. And click. Now I come up to the top, making sure I don't actually connect with the head. I'm just right below it. Click and hold and drag, kind of up and to the right. And then I'll go ahead and just connect these two, the first one that we made. Perfect. Now, I could draw this leg again, but I want it to look the same, and it's a lot easier if I just select my leg. Make sure you do have the whole thing selected. So sometimes if I click away, just to make sure I get it all, Control C, Control V, there's my copy. Go up to Object, Transform, Reflect. And then it flips it for me because it keeps my old settings, vertical. Okay. Now I can move this. And once again, you can use the little move arrows to nudge it if you need to. So there's my legs. Now with my pen tool, we're going to do the tail. So once again, I'll come right to the base, right where the line is, just before I'm actually drawing on the circle. I'll click once, come up to the tip of the tail and click and hold to get it kind of curved. Now it's too curved, so I need to click on that anchor. And I'm actually just going to come to about here and click and hold and drag to curve the edge of the tail just a little. Now I'm going to come down to the base, and you might not need to click and drag at all. If you do, it'll just be the tiniest bit. And I want, if I go and I click and I connect it, you'll see that there's going to be this gap. So I want to make sure I click and hold and I drag, and I'm actually going to make it kind of like, banana shaped, because it's going to be behind everything so it won't show. So the tail is kind of banana shaped, and that's fine. All right, now we're time to do the face. I'll even zoom in so it's a little easier. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to come with the pen tool and I'm going to click once here and then come to the center, click and drag until it gets a little bit of a curve. And now it's too curved, so I need to click anchor. And then I come over to this point, click and drag. And then I press escape. Now I'm going to come to the base of the nose, click once, come down. I can actually connect these ones and it won't mess anything up, but I do have to press escape. Now for the tongue or the mouth, I've kind of covered it with the body, but it's still there. You can see that it's there. So I'm just going to come to here, click once, let go, come over to the other point, click once and hold, and then drag. And then press escape. Now we've got the eyebrows, which we'll do the same way. Click once, let go, second click you drag, then press escape. Same thing with this one. You click once, let go, second one you click and hold, so it curves, and press escape. Now I'll do the ellipse tool for the eyes. And my My little nose thingy never did. Whoops. Don't move the background. I actually want to move this one. And I can resize if I feel like I need to, because that one I never did quite get right. So now with the ellipse tool, I'll just click and drag, use the space bar, let go. In fact, that was 3 points. I don't know if I want that to be 3 points. I'll set it to 1. Then I'm just going to Control C, Control V. There's that. And then one more ellipse tool for the nose. Okay. So now is just the idea of I need to reorganize and I need to color. So anything you want to be the same color, you can hold down Shift and you can click. So I'll just say I want the back feet and I want the front feet. Sorry, my computer's being a little laggy. Come on. There we go. Okay, so once I've done that, I'll come up to my colors. Once again, there's a little bit of lag going on. I apologize. Goodness. Okay, so I'll say I want those to be a dark brown, and then I just need to have some sort of outline color in order to keep them from blending in with each other. So actually, maybe I'll do dark brown for my outline, make it 2, and then do a slightly, there we go. Because now I can still tell they're separate from each other. Then I'll go ahead and click on the tail, and we'll say my tail and my ears are going to be the same color. So choosing the lightest brown, and I'll just stick with the dark brown and the 2 stroke width. And so you just do that for everything that you're going to color. Okay, now I'm going to skip a few things, but I want to make sure that the body. So other than the coloring of the dog, the thing that is important is the order. So if let me just color the head in real fast so it's easier to see it. Okay, so clearly the body, I need to right click, arrange, send to back so that it's behind everything. Oops, right click, arrange, send to back. Oops, when I send it to the back, it actually goes behind this picture. I'm done with the picture now, so I'll just press delete. Okay, now I can see my dog. Okay, legs though, they need to be behind too, so I'll go ahead and right click, arrange. And I'm going to send them to back, which makes them go, well, that one didn't go back. Right click, arrange, send to back. Arrange, send to back. Okay, now the body's in the wrong place, so I need to right click, arrange, and send it to back. There we go. Tail needs to be right click. Doesn't want to do it. There we go. Arrange, send to back. See, so the order, I do need the back legs to be behind the front legs, so right click, arrange, send to back. So just make sure that your dog is in the correct order. So the way that the original puppy was, the ears are behind the head. It doesn't look bad as it is, but I'm going to right click. If the lag doesn't kill me, there we go. Arrange, send to back. So now the ears are behind it. Now you would still need to go and change the colors of your nose and the mouth and everything like that. So for example, if I switch it to a dark, then you've got this little mouth that is, let's fill it with a slightly pinkish color, or maybe I'll fill it with pink, but then I'll have that dark brown as the outline. Okay. Then I would just right click on it, or maybe I would actually just